Welcome back as we next demonstrate a typical practical vapor line charge procedure. To begin, set both compressor service valves to their mid-seat position. And where applicable, open all line control valves. Vapor flow into the system is controlled only via the low side, which is next opened slowly. The high side control valve remains closed throughout the charging procedure. Allow the pressure to build up and equalize to cylinder pressure, which will be determined by the ambient or room temperature. Note that it may sometimes be necessary to bypass the low pressure cutout device initially in order to operate the compressor. Consult your supervisor or instructor before attempting to do this. The compressor is now started, and from this time on we must be vigilant. Primarily, we need to keep watch on the gauges. If we notice the compound gauge dropping sharply, then the suction service valve should be positioned closer to its front seat position. This will cause greater suction out of the service cylinder. During the charge procedure, the service cylinder will tend to cool as vapor is drawn off. If the cylinder temperature drops too low, then vaporizing will be slowed down. Cylinder freezing can occur at this time. Placing the cylinder into warm water will assist in the vaporizing of liquid. Never heat a cylinder above 50 degrees Celsius, and never heat a cylinder with a blowtorch or a naked flame. Discharge pressure will increase as the system begins to function normally. A further clue as to the state of charge will be seen in the sight glass. Bubbles are an indication that a liquid seal has not yet formed and that more refrigerant needs to be added to satisfy the system's requirement. Feeling the temperature of the condenser outlets will provide a rough gauge of operation. The upper coil will be appreciably warmer than the lower when condensing is occurring. When we see a clear flow of liquid in the sight glass, we may assume that the system is settling and has sufficient refrigerant. The suction valve is now backed away from its front seat, thus creating increased suction through the evaporator. When pressures have stabilized, the ammeter reading is near its maximum operating rating, and a clear flow is seen in the sight glass, then we may assume the system is fully charged. The service cylinder can now be closed off and the system operated under normal load conditions. For the first hour or so after a charge or initial startup, the technician must keep a watchful eye on pressures, temperatures, and the sight glass, thus ensuring that the system is operating correctly.